So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. So in our last video, we discussed the Yinkas and May Edochie story. How this 56-year-old divorcee with grown-up children met and married Link Edochie, the elder brother of actor Yul Edochie, and less than 24 hours after coming into the family, began creating chaos, began dragging May Edochie, who is technically her senior wife, and bringing anarchy and disarray into the family. We have told the story. We have told all of that. If you want to see it, please make recourse to the last two videos. But in today's video is going to be, even more importantly, we are going to be having this soul to soul, one-on-one, as we usually do after covering a major topic. We're going to be looking deeper, we're going to be driving lessons, and we're going to be talking generally, not just centering on what this Yinka of a lady did in this particular case. Agreed, what this Yinka of a lady did seemed like extreme madness, especially because the venting, the self-sabotage, the tantrums that were being thrown were aired on social media. But if you sit for a second and reflect, do you know that many of us are Yinkas, Yinkatiesens in our marriages, in our homes, in our families? And just because our families are not famous and our dramas are not being televised for all to judge, we do not understand how better things may be for us if we acted differently or behaved differently, or how much our own actions or inactions are contributing in the troubles that we face in our families or with our own in-laws. Now, do you know that in many families, many of the generational trouble and malice and fights and enmity stems from the wives that were married into the homes? I'm going to be raw, candid, and honest in this video. And it's in our own best interests if we listen, because we women sometimes can be masters of voicing out what has been done to us or what was done to us, but are very slow to acknowledge the roles that we may have played in the event. So have an open mind and be less defensive. I will tell you nothing but the truth, my ladies. Don't worry, it is just us. It's just me and you today. Though I have locked all the men out. None of the odogos are present. This is just a heart-to-heart between us women. Where the odogos are erring, where my men are erring, I will call them out unabashedly. But where we too can do better, because it will be self-destruction, it will be an illusion to believe that a woman is always good. We women are always good. The only time we're not good is when our men have made us to react. We're only reactive, but on a good day, we're all perfect. That is self-delusion. So in things that we can do better or we can manage better, we will talk to ourselves and seek to improve. Because I am one person that I love to improve. I love to anything, any information, any knowledge that will help me to be a better person, I'm open to it. So it's good to be open to ideas and knowledge that can help us to better ourselves, instead of staying on our high horse and saying, if he loves you, a man that loves you will accept you the way you are, without trying to make an effort to improve yourself or to be a better person. So I will never give you an oppressive advice. I will never give you a misguided advice or support tyranny, but I will give you a practical advice that can work for us as Africans. Because an intelligent person knows and understands that yes, there's some concepts that will change, but an African marriage can never ever be like a Caucasian marriage. We are two different people, two different systems, two different backgrounds. So if you go with an advice or a blueprint that is not applicable to your own personal situation, you would self-destruct. Here in Canada now, a white woman can call the police to come and remove her mother-in-law from her house if her mother-in-law intrudes, and there's nothing wrong with it. No be abomination. But in Nigeria, will you call police to come and remove your mother-in-law? The police will not even answer you. So different cultures, different people, we should be sensitive how to manage each of them. So listen, I said that most families where brothers are living peacefully together, brothers and sisters, no fight, no problem, eating from the same plate, respecting each other. When you start to see problem come into that family where brothers will start to keep away from brothers, their children will not be relating, catastrophe and cataclysm is when these brothers start getting married and having wives, and that is on caps lock. That is a fact. Even some of you that have problems with your cousins, you're not talking to your cousins today, your father's people, this, you will see that it stems from ashirimashi of the wife, of how this wife said this one's child did this, of how this one's wife said this one's brother said this. Most times it starts with us. So most women come into families and we use ourselves. We play the role of chaos instigators. We come into a home and we come with chaos and trouble and division. In today's video, I will be talking to us woman to woman. One of the ways that we women make ourselves Yinkas of families, agents of destruction, division, and chaos, is when we come in with the end of an era and beginning of a new dispensation mindset. Yes, it is expected, it is normal that when a man marries, some things will change. Some ways, old ways will change because a new member has come into the family. But one of the biggest illusions that you can ever give yourself is to think completely that an African marriage or a marriage in Nigeria is just you and your husband. No, that is a marriage in the West. An African marriage is a marriage between two families. And that is why even in the bride and the groom's absence, a marriage can be consummated by relatives and that marriage is legal. But abroad, can the bride and the groom be absent and the parents will go and consummate a marriage for those people? It is not possible. Let us be sensitive. So I find that a lot of women abuse that Bible quotation, just like so many men abuse that woman be submissive thing, depicting it as though it means take all abuse, die there, and don't say anything. You don't have a right to talk. Some men misinterpret and abuse that woman be submissive line. So also do some women abuse that man would leave his family and cleave to his wife Bible verse. A man cleaving to his wife does not mean that he would forsake his family. Does not mean that he will reject them. Does not mean that he will not have a good relationship with them. Does not mean that he will not assist them to the best that you guys can. It is very important that he still maintains a good relationship with his family in spite of being married to you, and you should not be the reason why he should withdraw or become distant from his mother or his siblings. So yes, while you come with your own idea, your own dispensation, your own traditions, you mustn't be insistent on discontinuing all the existing ones that were there before you came. Instead, you blend in, implement some of yours, take some of theirs, and retain some cultures that are not harmful. Some women, we come in with the mindset of cut. You come, you say you come with umfuta, you don't like the man's surname, it means this is bringing generational curse. You cut the man's surname off the family name, you make your children bear another name, first name, Miss Kamsi John, you take it's all right, you've done that one, okay. You stop your kids from visiting the village, from visiting relations, from participating in anything. It's okay. You wouldn't attend family functions. You wouldn't join in family activities. You are not just interested in being a part, in blending in. Then later you come and say, my in-laws don't like me, my in-laws. My dear sister, sure, we are all here having children, suffering to raise these children. By the time we finish suffering to raise our children and they are grown up and they bring a woman that would alienate our children from the family, would you, if you are that in-law, would you like yourself? I beg, let us learn how to use wisdom to blend some things rather than acting like a new government that has come to displace all the policies of the previous administration. Secondly, another way some of we women come into a family and become Yinkas is due to our lack of wisdom handling our husband's conflicts with his family, with his mother, with his siblings, with his brothers, with his sister. Our lack of wisdom and intuition in managing those crises. Dear ladies, listen to me. The conflict that your husband has with his brothers or his sister is not your battle. It's not your business. Did you hear me? As long as it is not a head-consuming matter where somebody is about to die All this, he didn't respect me, family contribution, he didn't do this, my mother said, all those, all those things. Please keep it far away from your ear. Dey your lane. That's why in marriage, you need to have or pray for wisdom and a discerning spirit. Some of us, during a misunderstanding, when our husbands are having conflicts with his family, we become so emotionally invested. You start disliking the sibling for your husband. You start giving that family member attitude in solidarity with your husband. You start keeping malice. Start ignoring them. Some will even confront the husband's siblings to fight for the husband. Are you a learner? Ladies, we need to learn to use our head. Brothers fight and they will make up. Some of them will fight down the roof. It will look as if they're going to kill themselves. After some time, they will reconcile. You will see them laughing and drinking a bottle of beer together. Because most times, men's misunderstanding is not that deep. The way a man handles conflicts is different from the way a woman handles it. A man can be best friends with someone that he exchanged punches today. A woman will exchange a slap with another woman until they die, they might not talk. So if a man can be that forgiving and easygoing with a friend or a stranger that he fell out with, not to talk about his own brother, his own blood, stay away from their conflicts and leave them alone. Even when he comes to you shouting and reporting, hey, my brother, oh God, I will deal with that boy, if I don't do this, my name is not Emeka Ojebiako. I will deal with that boy. Zip your mouth. Don't stay there and join in the fight. Just shut up and be saying, hey, now wow, okay, it's okay, baby, don't worry. If that brother comes tomorrow to your house, give him beer, give him wine. If there's food, put for him, let him eat. Don't even do like you know what is happening. It's not your business. Maintain your relationship with your in-laws. Don't let your husband make you create enmity with your in-laws, because tomorrow that husband will reconcile with his family. And guess what? They'll forgive him. They'll forget everything that he did and said. But the one you did and the one you said cannot be forgotten. Don't go around giving him attitude, because they go fight, they go settle their blood. But when you infuse yourself into the battle, into the conflicts, instead of staying neutral, staying away, you complicate it. You drag innocent children into it. The reason why many cousins are not in good terms today is because of their mothers, the mothers' co-wives, how they handle issues, how they run their mouth, how they instigate chaos. You attract unnecessary hatred to yourself. Ladies, sometimes we enhance or infuse or introduce chaos in a family by our lack of objectivity in handling conflicts or the conflicts that our husbands have with his family. Please stay away. Thirdly, another way that we women end up being Yinkas in families that we are married into is by showing blind allegiance to our husbands and refusing to tell them the truth when they are wrong. I, for one, if you're close to me, you know. If you do not want to know the truth, if you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Some of our husbands are the ones in the wrong. They are the ones doing the wrong thing. They're the ones disrespecting their elder sibling, not maybe cooperating with the family, taking a wrong action that would affect the family name. And instead of telling him the truth, telling him that, baby, this thing, this particular one you did, too jello, they're okay. We go ahead fanning the flames and encouraging him to destruction. I'm not saying that if your husband is under fire right there in public, you should throw him under the bus. So no. But when you guys come in the comfort of your bedroom, sit your husband down and tell him the truth. Even if your husband is having a misunderstanding with his friends and you're seeing that what he said or what he did, it wasn't so good, tell him the truth. That is one of the divine roles that we are to play as wives. God sent us into these men's life to act like second eyes for them, because what a woman can see standing 20 kilometers away, a man cannot see it when it's standing right in front of. Most women that are married here would attest that there are some things that you just came and saw once and you told your husband, baby, this is how it is. And your husband will be arguing, no, the person is not like that, oh, this is not. You say, okay, let us see. And in no distant time, sometime in the future, it will just play out how you told your husband it is. And your husband will be like, baby, how did you know? How did you see these things? We have divine God-ordained intuition. We have foresight as women. So you are supposed to play the role of a voice of reason for your man, for your husband. We are supposed to give them solid counsel when they are going astray. Even if they vex, make them vex. In their quiet moments, what you said will still echo in their heads. Don't be the type that will be encouraging your husbands to hold or nurse grudges against his family. For example, let me give you a hypothetical scenario. Your husband comes to you, he's complaining, this is my uncle, he didn't help me, he didn't give me he didn't do this, he didn't do that. And you yourself, you will now start putting that uncle under the bus, portraying the uncle as a demon, joining him to castigate that uncle, instead of you to play, balance it and say, oh, maybe, what about if the uncle didn't have? Don't forget, some of these rich people, they're living on loan. No? Let us cut him some slack. Okay, we now, Kwano, how many of our relatives, how many nephews and nieces have we have we saved? Everybody get their problem. Oh. Just take it easy. After all, you know that nobody owes anybody anything. So there's no need for us to be entitled about our uncle's income. Maybe just calm down the situation. Instead, you'll be firing. That uncle is a very wicked person. Point fire. Your husband comes, this is my auntie. She didn't call me. When my father died, she didn't do this. Instead of you to diffuse the situation and say maybe she too was even expecting for you to even call herself. She was also bereaved though. As you are expecting her to call you, she is expecting you to call her. You understand? You don't just diffuse. Instead, you are always the fire burning. Don't mind your mother. Don't mind your sister. Don't mind your brother. Did that. Point before you know it. And one thing is that these families, they know when they are like me now, these children I'm raising, I know them. When they marry and after 1 year, I'm seeing the way they're talking, I'm seeing the way they're reacting. It is very clear where all those things started now. You understand? You think they don't know? They know how their sons change, how the concepts change, how their sons start behaving. Immediately, a major change, which is you, entered. So let us learn how to be positive advisors and a voice of reasoning for our husbands, not people that will fan the flames and worsen family tensions. Another thing that we women do that make us, appear as agents of destruction or chaos in a family, especially a family that was otherwise united before we came. So you come into a family where they are closely knit, but you are coming from a family where brothers kill brothers and sisters kill brothers. So you come in with that mindset that everybody's trying to kill you. Everywhere you can't eat in your brother's house, so you don't want your own husband or your own children to eat in their own cousin's house because you already have that mindset that everybody wants to kill you. And so we come with this nasty behavior of isolating our husbands and children, and we're like, me, myself, and I, my husband, my children, and I. Yes, you might have valid reasons for doing that, right? From your own experiences, but don't forget that you are almost shooting yourself in the leg. You are sowing a very ugly seed that will germinate in your children's time, because when you have told your two sons that all that matters is me, your father, and we as children, those two sons will marry and they will have their own wives and children, and that is how you cut off those two brothers who will now have children that will be cousins, because you already taught them that what matters is here and here. So those two brothers that are nuclear family in your house will grow up to become extended family. And you have already sowed that seed of division and brought them up with that mindset that cousins don't matter. Everybody day your day. Face your family. It's only your wife, me, my wife. It's only me, my husband, and my children that should matter. Keep every other family member away. Don't relate. One day, those your two sons will stop relating too, because they will now have children too that are cousins, and everybody will do their day. That's how we end up creating division in the long run. So as you are doing that division, be careful, because you still might be shooting your own children in the leg, because they will grow up and they will divide too. And don't have the impression that you don't need your in-laws. My dear sister, you need your in-laws. You need people. Don't let anybody deceive you that you don't need people. Even me as I'm a YouTuber, I need people to like me. Not like I'm going to live my life fake to attract like. I'm going to be my authentic self and hope that that likeness is gotten. Because some people will come here, they'll watch me not because they're interested in what I'm saying, but because they like me. Everybody needs to be liked. Even at the office, you need to be liked. Because tomorrow when they are doing sacking lists, it is because of you are liked in office that somebody will come and tell you, see, I saw your name here. Be careful, this person. Yes, but when you cannot be a hermit. You cannot be an island. So anybody that is sitting and deceiving themselves that nobody needs to like them, their in-law does not need to like them, I don't give a shit, aura for aura, egusi for egusi, you are deceiving yourself. You try your best to be liked and accepted, but if your best is not working, then fine, you know that you've done your part. But not like you come in with attitude and the aura that F everybody, I don't give a damn, nobody needs to like me. That's a very wrong mindset. To make it in life, to move forward in life, to be successful in life, you need people. So wherever you enter, whatever environment you enter into, try your possible best to foster a good relationship with people in that environment. Sometimes you might do it, might work out. Sometimes you might do it, might not work out, but at least try. Instead of sitting on your high horse and saying, I don't give a damn, nobody needs to like me. And lastly, another way that we women are being Yinkas in families where we get married into is by being outright troublemakers. Let me speak to you, my ladies. Forget what social media is portraying. It is not every disturbance that must be confronted. It is not every inconvenience that must be addressed. Some should be overlooked for the peace. That does not make you a fool. Don't get me wrong. It is not every that must be addressed. It is not every feeling that must be pushed out as words. Every way you feel, we talk the hot. Don't deceive yourself. That would always put you at the bad end of people. There's some feelings that must not be poured out as words, especially when it is not necessary. It is not every mistake that must be escalated. Some of them should be ignored or overlooked. It is not everything in an in-law relationship, it's not everything when you're married that must be confrontation, aura for aura, fire for fire, I say the hot, bus for bus. And that is exactly who this lady is. Pick your battles wisely. Every relationship needs to be managed. Social media is not real life. I'll tell you the truth. Every relationship needs to be managed. Some people see me and my mother-in-law today, say, you're lucky, you're lucky. She too is lucky because I manage my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law manages me. Do you think I'm just being stupid and she's just loving me? You don't know the role I play too? I go out of my way to be a good daughter-in-law to her, just as she goes out of her way to be a good mother-in-law to me. Yes, it's possible that you may go out of your way to be good and the other person doesn't. I'm not talking about these exceptions. I'm talking about the mindset that you should have. Relationships need to be managed. Human beings are difficult to manage. Even we women that were complaining, our husband did this, husband, do you know that our husbands are managing us too? Do you think we're perfect? Do you think it's easy to live with a woman in the house too? We too carry our own for body. Our husbands are managing us. In the office, you manage your colleagues. You manage your staff. If you can't manage your staff, you won't be able to have an employee more than 1 week or 1 month. You'll be changing staff every second. If you can't manage your house help, you'll be changing house help every minute. So every human being gets waiting day in own body. You have to learn to manage people. So please don't let social media fool you that immediately you're coming to the marriage, you are ready. You must learn to have respect and consideration for your husband's people. Be fair. Imagine yourself too as a mother-in-law after raising your children. How you would like to have a relationship with your children too. Don't be the reason why a man has to hide to take care of his mother. And I'm not saying that you must put your head on a platter for them to cut it so they can like you. No. Some people will not like you even if you have turned yourself inside out and upside down. What I'm trying to say is do your best. Play your own parts. For as long as it depends on you, even the Bible says it, for as long as it depends on you, try and be at peace with everybody. I'm sure you've all read that part of the Bible. So do your best. Try, and if at the end of the day you did your best and they didn't appreciate you or they didn't like you, then your conscience is clear. If that marriage breaks, you won't blame yourself and say, maybe it's even the way I was behaving. You will know that you're like living with a clear conscience. You did your own parts. In-law relationships are important, and it's better if you are in good terms. I'm not saying maybe you must be BFFs like me and my mother-in-law, but it is better if you are in good terms with them than bad. At least be cordial. Have a cordial, fair relationship with them than being at enmity with them. Please, let us be very careful not to go into families and start being apples of discords, fermenting trouble, being destroyers of bonds. Let us play our parts and leave the rest for God. I hope this lady, I don't even know the kind of prayer to say for her, because if at almost 60, she's still acting this way, well, I hope if it is God's will that she gets married again, she would go into the marriage and the union with more maturity and better wisdom, because she lacks both. Let me get your thoughts down in the comment section. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.